Hello and welcome to Good to Be Back. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to review how to register on the app and then connect it to the employer or organization with whom you want to share your health data with. Once you download the app for free from the App Store or from Google Play Store, it will look like this on your phone when you click on the icon. Please note that you have to have your iOS operating system up to date in order to find us on the App Store. And the same goes for the Google Play Store for Android. So to begin, the first thing you want to do is decide, are you going to connect with an organization for employment and school use or for other types of use? Let's go with employment and school use. So the first screen is a login screen. Now, if you haven't ever logged in before, the first thing you need to do is register. So go to the bottom of the screen and click on the green register button. Once you get to this screen, all you're going to do is enter in your email address, whatever you use on a daily basis. It might be your work email, it might be a personal email. Typically, if it's for employment or school, it will be an employer email address or a school email address. Put in your phone number. That's mine. And then put in your password and do it again. Okay, and then simply click on the green button at the bottom. So now you've registered, click on the green button. It says you've registered successfully. I click on OK, and now you have to enter in a one-time passcode. Why do you need to do this? You have to do this because we are collecting personally identifiable information and personal health information. Therefore, we have to be HIPAA compliant. In order to be HIPAA compliant, we need to have you enter in a one-time passcode. A lot of people ask, well, why don't you send it to me by text? The reason we don't send by text right now is because a lot of people get charged for their texting, for their SMS or texting by their cell service company. So right now, we just want to make sure that no one's being charged any extra money. So I'm going to put in this passcode. I went to my email, and I should have a one-time passcode there. If you don't see it, check your spam, and if you're using Gmail, check your promotion folder, and it might be there. So I went to my email, I got the code, and now I'm submitting it. And then you're going to see a user agreement with an acknowledgement and an agreement. And in the agreement, if you're from New York State and you're using this for school purposes, you'll see a reference to the New York State Ed Law 2D, as they call it. And there's a link here that you can look at if you need to learn more about that. I'm going to click on the Accept button at the bottom, and it says the agreement is accepted. So now it says Scan your ID. If you like to keep things simple and move along quickly, then the best thing to do is to scan your ID. It works very fast. If you don't want to scan your ID, you can go to the bottom of the screen and you can add it in manually. Okay, so again, you do not need to scan your government issued ID if that's a problem for you. You can just add it in manually by clicking on Add ID manually there. So I'm going to go ahead and scan my ID. This whole gray area is a button for scanning, and I'm going to click on it now. And you'll see that my iPhone turned into a scanner. Here's my ID, and on the back of my ID, this is what it looks like. I'm a Florida resident, so mine looks like this. And you scan the barcode vertically, and there's all my data. If you want to add a photo, just click on this person icon up at the top, and you can take a picture. You can select from gallery. I'm going to select from gallery because I have some better photos of me. I'm just going to choose that one. And there's my name. Now, I've used my name a lot in the system, so I'm just going to put some additional information in here. Now, you do need to check here to see if you want to keep your gender as your driver's license indicated, or if you want to change it or do not disclose, whatever you're comfortable with. And then your birth date will appear. And right now, you need to check this box to say that you are 18 years or older. Soon the app will automatically select that for you if your birth date indicates that you are 18 years or older. I obviously am. So, but right now the app makes you check the box because we want you to be aware of everything that you're doing. We will simplify that for you very soon though. And then your address details are here. You have to put in your time zone. Why do you have to put in your time zone? Because the app allows the system administrators of the school or organization or business that you're connecting with to send you notifications. And if you are going to choose to submit your test results, there's date and time information in there as well. So that's why you enter your time zone. So you'll land, if you're on iOS, you'll land on choose an option and you just scroll to New York or whatever your time zone is. It will give you your driver's license and your ID expiration. Now I've used my driver's license a million times, so I'm going to change it. You shouldn't change your ID number. Soon we won't allow you to do so, but we are in the beta version in 2020. So right now we allow you to change it. Now, whenever you want to get to the next screen, you always click on the bottom green button. So click there, and there I am. There's my name and everything. And I'm denied entry upon registration because I haven't done anything yet. I'm not linked to anybody. I haven't done a daily check-in, and I don't have any test results. So let's start with Link Me. Now, if I didn't go with Link Me and I clicked on daily check-in by mistake and I attempt to go, the system will warn you that you've not linked to an organization and that you need to do so because you want to link to the organization so you have their health-related questions and their protocols. So I'm going to go back. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Link Me. So the company code, in this case, I'm just going to click on this one. I'm not going to click on anything specific. This is just a test account, of course. The company codes are case sensitive. So whatever the company tells you their code is, you have to put in uppercase or in lowercase as they require. So here's my company code for this demo, and I'm going to click next. It says code verified. We go another step further. Now, who are you? Who are you? Am I a staff member, a contractor, or other? So it's pretty obvious. If you're a staff member, that means you're an employee. A contractor means you're a contractor or vendor. Other can mean many different things. So let's click on other. So other user type can be anything like a passenger, a customer, a patient, a student in a school, a parent of a student in a school, and so on and so forth. So let's click on parent. And then other user ID, you may not have an ID for whomever you're connecting with. So just put in your email account. Again, if you don't have a user ID, this is fine. We allow for this. We just had to have something to identify you with. And then additional information can mean anything. It could mean I'm coming to visit for one day. I am the mother of Johnny Bakerson, whatever you want to put in there, okay? But it's not mandatory. So I can just click on the submit button now. There we go. And now I'm linked to that organization. So next step, I want to check in. I'm going to click on the daily check-in button right here in the middle and then check in. And now I'm going to get the questions that my organization wants me to answer. So the questions you're seeing on the screen right now are probably not going to be the same as the organization that you are connecting with. So have you taken your temperature the last 24 hours? Yes. What's your temperature reading? Typically, if you're at 100.4 or higher, you're going to be denied entry because that is considered a fever. So you need, if your organization is asking you temperature-related questions, please answer them accurately. Have you or anybody you've been in close contact with had a temperature reading? So that's another fever question. I'm going to say no to all of these. Bluish face, not many organizations ask about that, but many do ask about breathing trouble, persistent pain in the chest, cough is a big one, shortness of breath, and have you been in close contact with someone who currently has a virus or has had a positive test result in the last 14 days? That's looking for an exposure that you could have been in connection with. So now, do you have a rash? I'm just going to say no to everything so that we can move along. So now I've done that, and you're going to see a pop-up. You can hold it down, and you can see, hey, we're very happy to hear you're feeling well. We're looking forward to seeing you today. What that means is that you now have an allow entry, and if you come to that organization's facility, you should be allowed entry because you are deemed healthy. Some organizations will also request a test. Have you taken a test? In this case, in this scenario, this test account, this company does not require a test to be taken. Therefore, allow entry works just by getting through the daily check-in. Now, but let's go through the test results. So sorry, uh, pick up noodles. Okay, add your test results. So you're going to put in your test kit's name, okay, and your test kit number. And your test kits should have numbers on them. We don't interface with them just now. Today is in September 2020, but we will be at some point in time. So you want to put in your name of your test. It could be LabCorp, it could be CVS, it could be so many different types of test kits, and then your test kit ID number if there's one. If not, you can just make, add anything there, your name or something. And then the test date and time, that's why we ask you about your time zone. So typically, if you're going to do self-validation, that's a test kit that you would buy at a pharmacy and do it at home. A lab validation test is where it's sent off to a lab. So let's go with lab validation. Now, if you've gone to a lab and they've given you a test and they've given you the results, then we want you to include an image. So now you're going to click on this to include an image. So I'm going to go to my gallery. Sorry about all my crazy pictures in here. But then I'm going to put my test results in so that I can share this information with the organization I'm trying to connect with. Next step is name of lab. So again, let's just go with LabCorp 1. And when was it validated? Let's say Wednesday. And now I'm going to click on the green circle, the green button. And it says, okay, great, the test details have been saved successfully. Okay, but now I got to tell them what the test results were. So let's say I was negative for virus, which would be great. And then it shows you that, there it is, you have a notification that you're allowed entry, and so on and so forth. Now, if you missed your notifications that were popping up, you simply want to click on this notification icon at the top, and it will show you all the notifications you've received in the past. If you want to go back and look at your test results, you will have to put in your password because this is a HIPAA compliant system, and it will show you your lab results. If you want to know more information about where most of the questions are coming from, you can go to these links here under resources. And if you want to change anything about your profile, go to the person icon at the bottom right screen. You could change your image by clicking on it. You could change everything here. Okay, so let's make sure that you can do that. And enable notifications is always set on because there'll be a lot of notifications coming to you about your status. And now we have a new feature where the organization that you're connecting with can send you notifications about various things. Something like, good morning, please remember to check in on Good2BeBack before you attempt to enter the facility, or our front entrance is closed today due to something, something. Please use our side entrance. Please remember to wear a mask. Those types of things, okay? So now what we want to do is, that's it. That's how you register. So you put in your information, you get a one-time passcode, you put it in, and you are registered. Then you have to do the work of setting up your ID information, either by scanning your ID or entering it manually. And then you go to link me. Then you start daily check-in. Every day, what's going to happen is this is going to change to deny entry. This is a 24-hour system. We want you to check in every day, or if you're not going to a facility every day, we want you to check in before you go to the facility, because if it's been more than 24 hours, this will change to deny entry. So that organization is looking to see that you're healthy enough to return. And the way you do that is through your daily check-in. And if they have test results requirements, you do it here. If you have any questions, please contact us at 800-458-4020, or wecare@good2beback.com. Thank you for listening. We are excited to have you, and best of luck.